Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Starting off locally here in Trinidad and Tobago. Diego Martin, Mayor Aquila Glasgow Warner Diego Martin, one of the most faithful wives of the mighty Morphin Ghanaian coal pot bicycle. A no harm, no macaroni pie, whole strain titanium belt PNM. That is one of the most faithful wives of the PNM. That and Port of Spain. They don't care. No matter what that husband does to them, they continue to vote for PNM. So now, getting back to the report, Diego Martin, Mayor Aquila Glasgow Warner has generated widespread attention online after posting a viral social media video pleading with Minister of Works and Infrastructure Jerlyn John to urgently repair crumbling roads across the borough. The public message highlights growing frustration among local drivers over deep potholes and neglected roadway infrastructure. In the short video filmed on location, Mayor Glasgow Warner stood near major road defects along busy routes, including the Diego Martin Main Road and Western Main Road. Wearing a distinct leopard patterned skirt, she openly admitted she chose the outfit specifically to grab public and ministerial attention for the area's deteriorating conditions. Two municipal officers were also seen in the background helping to control traffic while she recorded here for the woman's safety, of course. Right? The mayor explained that the damaged road surfaces are causing major traffic delays and placing motorists at risk of costly vehicle repairs. She directly appealed to Minister John to send paving and road repair crews into Diego Martin to fix the worst affected stretches without delay. Local residents have also complained that unresolved water leaks under the asphalt have made the road damage significantly worse over time. Yeah, that definitely does. The video has triggered heavy debate on social media, with many citizens supporting the mayor's call for fast action from central government. While the Ministry of Works oversees major road networks nationwide, local drivers hope this direct public appeal will quickly bring much-needed relief to commuters traveling through the borough. Now, number one, we all know that these PNM faithfuls are hypocrites. Because when they look at the roads, you can see that they haven't been properly paved for years. And the UNC administration has only been in office for about a year. So, madam, if it was you were highlighting these things and dressing up in your nice outfit and whatsoever, and posting videos while your party was in office, and calling for proper representation under your party, then I could say, okay, you are just being a good servant of the people, right? But I never heard about anything about, I never saw you before, I've never heard about you before, I don't know if you were recently elected or whatsoever, so maybe that's why, I don't know, but I highly doubt that's the reason why, right? You don't ever hear PNM people calling out for the government, the central PNM government to do anything for them while their precious party is in office. So we all know this is hypocrisy to an extent, right? Hypocrisy. Now, maybe, just maybe, now the woman did say something, that if it was that the more funds were allocated to the regional corporations, right, or the borough corporation in this case, right, that they would have probably patched it on their own, but they have limited funds, so they can't. Whether that is really true or not, only God knows, and that's between them and the representatives or whatsoever, right? But I've been hearing that anyhow you take it. And definitely it seems as though, I don't know even in UNC areas that the corporations are really getting funded the way they need to, because look like right here in San Grande, the place is a total mess still a year later. But I think that has a lot to do with the heads of these corporations. They just don't do their jobs either. But having said the part about mentioning the hypocrisy of the PNM people, I continue to be totally disturbed and disappointed in individuals like David Welch, who told the mayor, wait your turn, in other words. You understand? Relax yourself. And he was boasting about white lines being paved. You remember when we used to make fun of the PNM for painting stones at the side of the road and things like that with CPEP? David Welch come talking about the painting of the highways and things with the lines there. That is so pathetic. That is so pathetic. That is even more pathetic than celebrating a peace sign that was constructed by the mighty Morphin Ghanaian PNM, David Welch. That was ridiculous. Your video was ridiculous, like extremely ridiculous, right? And then besides that, you have the audacity to tell the mayor to wait a turn, right? I'm using that particular phrase. I think he said something similar to that. It was very similar to that, right? So people voted for difference. That's the thing about it. And even though PNM people are being hypocrites, the reality is you're talking about a year later. A year later, the Ministry of Works are responsible, right, for maintaining these main roads in all districts throughout Trinidad and Tobago. And even though Diego Martin is a PNM faithful wife, no matter what PNM does to them, they will vote for their PNM. We all know that. But the reality is, UNC not supposed to be performing the same way like the PNM. They're not supposed to be incompetent. They're not supposed to be spiteful either. What? You're neglecting Diego Martin because it's a PNM stronghold, a faithful wife of the PNM. Jolene John, I don't expect you to be like this usually. And don't allow people like David Welch to encourage you in that utter nonsense. I find by today I should have been seeing a video of Jolene John going and visiting Diego Martin and seeing what is taking place. Because that is what we voted for. We voted for better governance and we are not seeing it. We are not seeing it. I'm telling you up to now in Sangre Grande, my area is the regional corporation. You can't even blame Jolene John and them for that. Because the corner of Gilg Street and Lindsay Street, that is under the corporation, and my corporation not doing one crap. All the years, UNC, and still nothing. Only crap. And they come in and patch in the same hole over and over again, as is a big like a swimming pool. And instead of repairing that properly, and probably even casting it with concrete and then paving it with pitch, they will come once in a while and put a little patch, and that is it. Within 6 months or less, a big hole again. Right? So the corporations and them, whether it's UNC or PNM, is a total waste of time. Total waste of time. But the mayor was showing people that is the main road. So that is not the corporation and them fault. That's not the PNM's fault. The PNM neglected it all the years. I ain't saying no, because that road I look at as though it just went bad in 1 year. Probably had a patch on it. And as I told you, within 6 months, patches don't last. And this is what has me so angry about even the UNC government right now, besides the taxes, fees, and fines, and this continued SOE. You all adopted the PNM patching policy as well. I tell you, everything Kamala doing this wrong is PNM. I don't understand, and I never expected this from Jolene John, though, because Jolene John has always been known to be a very hard-working member of the United National Congress. Why are you allowing Kamala to influence it? I don't know. I'm just assuming that Kamala influenced you to just be spiteful now. Madam Jolene John, a lot of us have always admired you for being a hard-working individual. Go into Diego Martin and resolve this issue. Don't study crap about David Welch. Talk about wait your turn. You understand? People don't want to hear anything about waiting your turn. Get the job done. Diego Martin is a very significant part of our country and is a PNM stronghold, and we want to send a message outside there that the UNC does not only serve their own. Don't you want to do that, Jolene John? Try to at least repair some type of good image in the UNC, no man. Well, you're already doing mess with this continued lockdown, not lockdowns, but the SOE and detention orders and all kind of thing like that. At least serve the people in some type of way that people actually expected you all to do better than the PNM. Because right about now, what is taking place there is once again something that the PNM would have done. The only difference is this mayor would have stayed silent if her precious party, the Diego Martin's husband, PNM, was still in office. That's the only difference.
Another major thoroughfare, St. Lucian Road. And what is even sad is that Wassa comes every day here to turn the water on and off. Right now, there's no water in the land, so it's dry.
So this is a Turncock area?
Yeah. So this is what St. Lucian Road looks like at this time. This is what St. Lucian Road looks like at this time. And we continue to plead with the Ministry of Works. Show this one. Look at this. Look at this.
We continue to plead with the Ministry of Works to do their part. We are pleading, we are begging. Councillor James is pleading. We need help, Minister.
Standing here for the last 5 minutes, and the amount of vehicles and it's a block road. The amount of vehicles out there. When will these issues be addressed?
This is what we're dealing with, Councillor.
When will these issues be addressed? Take out 2 vehicles trying to pass on the road simultaneously. One has to pause, one has to divert.
Look at this. I'm out with Councillor Keita James and Councillor Williams. Look at this. Look at what these people have to be driving over.
No, the leaks were fixed, but the job is not complete until the road is restored.
Correct.
Especially for a major thoroughfare. I continue to say it, a major thoroughfare is where the majority of the residents drive to and fro to get from work.
Look at this. This is Ramlal Terrace. Look at this. So, Minister, I am pleading on behalf of Councillor James. I am pleading on behalf of Councillor Williams, who represents Chaguaramas Point Camana. Keita James represents Diamond Vale, and St. Lucian Road happens to fall under her district. Please, please assist these councillors. Please assist the people of Diego Martin and allow Ministry of Works to come out and do what they are supposed to do. Please.
Weather report for Trinidad and Tobago Thursday, August 6, 2026. On Thursday, August 6, 2026, Trinidad and Tobago will experience scattered thunderstorms and morning showers transitioning into a clearer evening. Daytime temperatures will reach a high of 29 degrees Celsius, feeling like 32 degrees Celsius due to 78% humidity with an easterly wind blowing at 12 miles per hour. A mild to moderate concentration of Saharan dust remains present in the atmosphere, so individuals with respiratory sensitivities should exercise caution. Regarding the marine outlook, seas will be moderate in open waters with waves ranging from 1.5 meters to 2.0 meters, while sheltered areas will see waves between 1.0 meters to 1.5 meters. Heavy downpours may trigger localized street or flash flooding in low-lying areas. The UV index reaches a very high level of 9, requiring sun protection if you are outdoors during peak hours.
Regional news now. The Bahamas has officially joined the Alliance for Primary Health Care in the Americas following the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding by Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael DeVille alongside representatives from the Pan-American Health Organization, PAHO. I don't trust PAHO at all. This might sound good. You see, PAHO and CAFAN. This other one. I remember the WHO. WHO especially. Satan's servants. But anyhow, the Inter-American Development Bank and the World Bank. By becoming part of this regional health network, the country has established a national consultative mechanism designed to align international funding, technical expertise, and innovation directly with local medical priorities. According to Minister DeVille, the partnership goes beyond symbolic collaboration by delivering tangible upgrades to patient care, which is extremely important, expanding clinic infrastructure, and improving access to primary care for Bahamians across New Providence and the Family Islands. Ultimately, this strategic alliance aims to strengthen non-communicable disease prevention, support the expansion of national health insurance, and build a more resilient, human-centered public health system nationwide. Bahamas, definitely a place I want to visit in the future as well. A very, very significant tourist attraction destination. Place I would love to go one of these blessed days.
For the Bahamas, this partnership with the Pan-American Health Organization, the Inter-American Development Bank, and the World Bank is about improving healthcare and the well-being for the residents of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Ladies and gentlemen, this signing builds on years of purposeful health system reform. In December 2025, we launched the Bahamas National Health Strategy, setting primary health care as the organizing principle for healthcare transformation in our country. In February, we were fortunate to be joined by Dr. Barbosa to launch the Pan American Health Organization's first country cooperation strategy with the Bahamas, a visit that helped us to move us to where we are today. Through this alliance, we expect technical expertise, investment, and innovation to be better aligned with our national priorities in support of national health strategy and accelerated transformation of our healthcare system through primary healthcare approach.
Think you know a lot about money? Then prove it. What if one sound could win you big cash? Listen carefully. Then tell us exactly how much money went through the machine. One guess, one sound, one chance to win. Listen, guess, win. It's the sound of money. Brought to you by 103.5 The Beat. Powered by Island Lux Quick 5.
International news now. Senior Hamas official Ghazi Hamad declared that the militant group will not relinquish its fight against Israel. You hear that, Trump? Earth to Trump. Did you hear me? All right then. Characterizing resistance as an unyielding core objective during a broadcast interview on Piers Morgan Uncensored. Addressing a recent Gaza disarmament proposal backed by U.S. President Donald Trump, Hamad described the initiative as an exceptional deal because of the exceptional circumstances, explaining that Hamas accepted the agreement out of forced necessity to relieve civilian suffering rather than a fundamental shift in ideology. Lies and more lies. They don't care about their civilians. But in fact, the civilians, 90% of them used to support Hamas. After all that persecution, I don't know if they still do. But up to a few years ago, they still supported Hamas. And 90% of the civilians definitely despise Israel. So they're pretending to agree with this deal and like this deal. Why? Because it's all about delayed tactics again. They believe that with this deal, they will end up being able to survive as a terrorist organization and pretend as though they are disarming. They will never really actually disarm. And as I told people, they be pretend to end up becoming a normal civilian organization and a normal political party in Gaza. That ain't gonna happen. These people have been indoctrinated since young to desire to erase Israel off the face of the earth. No matter what Trump says or does, that ain't going to change. They are now playing the same Iranian game, playing with Trump's mind. Utter nonsense. While refusing to provide a clear timeline for laying down weapons, they're never going to. The senior spokesman maintained that Hamas intends to continue fighting alongside Palestinian factions until achieving its ultimate goal of ending the Israeli occupation. And the thing about it is, people, they don't only consider the occupation to be in Judea and Samaria, which people call on the West Bank, or in Gaza, They believe Israelis, Jews are occupying that whole territory. They don't want them to be living in, have a Jewish state. They don't want to live side by side with a Jewish state. For some reason, Trump just doesn't understand that. Iran's national Iranian oil company has reportedly had its bank accounts frozen by a state-owned lender over mounting debt, highlighting growing financial pressure on the country's main source of revenue. State-owned. That means it's controlled by the terrorists anyhow. Separately, officials said the company is unable to repay nearly $17 billion owed to Iran's National Development Fund, citing delays in developing one of the country's largest oil fields. The reports come as sanctions years of underinvestment, and the recent war with Israel and the United States continues to strain Iran's energy sector and finances. You think they care about that? They don't. These people are willing to die for their cause, Trump. And that's what I'm showing you. All you're doing in places like Cuba, places like Iran, is suffering the people, suffering the citizens of those nations. Either finish the job or leave the people alone and let Iran do what they want and end up destroying America, because God will protect Israel. You understand? So if you're foolish enough to leave the Ayatollah and them to build the nuclear program, then you are the ones going to suffer. Israel, Ezekiel 38 has already said that no matter what the world tries to do, God is going to intervene and destroy Israel's enemies. So I'm sure about Israel. America, I'm not very much sure about. There are a lot of born-again Christians in America, though, and around the world. But I know, but no part in the Bible promises that America will continue to exist. Israel is on the other hand, God said he will never allow them, never cause anything to happen for them to ever leave their land again.
Psalm 31-4. A song of thanksgiving for deliverance and healing. I will exalt you, Lord, because you rescued me and refused to let my enemies celebrate over my defeat. Lord my God, I cried out to you for help, and you restored my health and made me whole. Lord, you pulled me back from the edge of death, you spared my life and kept me from sinking into the grave. Sing praises to the Lord, all you who are faithful to him, and give thanks to his holy name.
Lord, I cried to you, and you rescued me from death, healing my life. Sing praises to the Lord, and give thanks to his name. His anger lasts only a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning.
Folks, that brings us to the end of today's news report. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay blessed and stay safe most of all. In Jesus' name.